Hello, my name is Emiliano, and this is a story that the old ones have been telling to children of hundreds of years. It's a sad tale, but lives strong in the memories of the people, and there are many who swear that it's true. Long years ago, in a humble little village, there lived a fine-looking girl named Maria. Some say she was the most beautiful girl in the world, and because she was so beautiful, Maria thought she was better than everyone else. As Maria grew older, her beauty increased, and her pride in her beauty grew too. When she was a young woman, she would not even look at the young men from her vintage. They weren't good enough for her. When I marry, Maria will say, I will marry the most handsome man in the world. And they one day into Maria's village rode a man who seemed to be just the one she had been talking about. He was dashing young ranchero, the son of a wealthy rancher from the Sunken Plains. He could ride like a Comanche. In fact, if he won a horse and it grew tame, he would give it away and go rob a wild horse from the plains. He thought it wasn't manly to ride a horse if it wasn't half wild. He was handsome, and he could play the guitar and sing beautiful. Maria made up her mind that was the man for her. She knew just the tricks to win his attention. If the ranchero spoke when they met of the bad way, she would turn off her head away. When he came to her house in the evening to play his guitar and serve her, she wouldn't even come to the window. She refused all his costly gifts. The young man fell for the tricks. That hot girl Maria, Maria, he said to himself, I know I can win her heart. I swear I will marry that girl. And so evening turned out as Maria planned it. Before long, she and the ranchero became engaged, and soon they were married. At first, things were fine. They had two children, and they seemed to be happy family together. But after a few years, the ranchero went back to wild life to the players. He would leave town and be one of months at a time. And when he returned home, it was only to visit the children. He seemed to care nothing for the beautiful Maria. He even talking of something, serving Maria and saying marrying a woman of his own very class. As proud as Maria was, of course she became very hungry with the ranchero. She also began to feel anger toward her children because he paid attention to them but just ignoring her. On the evening, as Maria was strolling with her two children of the shady pathway near the river, the ranchero came by in a carriage. An elegant lady sat on the side beside him. He stopped and spoke to his children, but he didn't even look at Maria. He went by the horses up the street. When she saw that, a terrible rage filled Maria, and it all turned against her children. And although it's sad to tell, the story says that in her anger Maria seized her two children and threw them into the river. But as they disappeared down the stream, she realized that she had done. She ran down the bank of the river, reaching out her arms to them, but they were a long one. The next morning, a traveler brought word to the village that a beautiful woman lay dead on the bank of the river. That is where they found Maria, and they laid up her to the rest where she sat falling. But the first night Maria was in the grave, the village heard the sound of crying down by the river. It was not the wind, it was La Llorona crying, Where are my children? And they say a woman walking up and down to the bank of the river, dressed in a long white robe, they had dressed Maria of burial. On many a dark night, they say the river bank and cried for her children, and so they no longer spoke of her as Maria. They called her La Llorona, the weeping woman, and by that name she is known to this day. Children are warned not to go out in the dark, for La Llorona might touch them and never return them. My name is Emiliano, and this is the legend of La Llorona.